Welcome to During Business Hours. My name's Christopher.
And I'm Erik.
As you all see, we are in our new and improved Studio 2.0. So from where you're going to see, we're going to go ahead and have main 4K camera, and then we have our two cameras here. So you'll get a different view, different angle from us, and from time to time we'll throw in some clips, dispersions, and magic. Anything to make it look a little bit better. But from our point of view, we now have this new studio. It's a little echoey. We will solve that, and we will also have our sign up and going in the next couple of weeks, so expect to see that. But from where we're at, we love the space. We're having fun, and we're doing it every day. So what's going on in the world today? We had seen, what was it?
If you've had an Amazon package delay, we might know where it is.
Oh, well, it wasn't just anywhere. It was Union Pacific's Railroad. Yeah. So Union Pacific's Railroad in L.A.
They've got a particular rail line in L.A. where...
train robbers, yeah. That's what it is.
Vagabonds, career criminals, whatever you want to call them, are just hopping on these trains because they have to keep below a certain speed before they leave the city. They are hammering, bolt cuttering, wrenching, crowbarring, whatever. They're just popping locks off of those giant shipping containers, and they are throwing things off the train to be looted through later.
That is crazy. The idea of it. I know we can insert a clip here. So somebody found, tests, Amazon packages that weren't open, all kinds of things. So you could walk in LA right now and find hundreds of dollars worth of things across the train yards.
You might just find a PS5 sitting there in a box.
You never know. But that's a pretty large one. These were smaller wrap packages.
You could find a Samsung S21.
That's crazy.
Little small little something just, discarded in a package.
That's nuts to me. So now, as you see, this is the video here. Let's go ahead. It'll input the audio for us. They broke open the biggest containers.
Clambering up there and busting them open.
Dude, that's
the tracks
millions
are
of packages. Millions of packages. So it's been happening forever.
Yes. See? Get yourself a rucksack. Get yourself a...
No, those are workers.
Those are workers, okay.
Yeah, I was like, that's not really...
If the workers are doing it, you could too.
It's crazy. I can't believe that is what it is. Because you've got... misdemeanor charges. Because the problem is when they try and arrest these people, it's a slap on the wrist. You can get caught breaking... in Carmichael, California. You can get caught breaking into a business and be ticketed and let go. Caught breaking into a business, intent to harm somebody's livelihood. Ticketed and let go.
Here's your fine, goodbye.
Ticketed and let go. It's not even a fine. It's a ticket to return to court on Zoom in 3 to 6 months. What the fuck? If I was a kid nowadays growing up, I'd probably go, yeah, that's nothing. That's a misdemeanor. 18, I'll get that cleaned. I'll be like, as long as I don't do it once a week, a judge ain't gonna know. That's what I would think.
Get your PlayStation, hide it somewhere, be caught, slap on the wrist, go find it.
Not even that. It's like you're focusing on the PlayStation. I'm talking about thousands of dollars in jewelry. I bought a bath bomb set for my wife yesterday. Just one of those is $1,500, and it's small. It's very small. So the idea that these packages, your PlayStation sure is $1,000 resale value. The smaller items are going to catch up real quick in value. So it's going to be a lot easier for some of these people to get away with some of this shit. It's quite insane.
Especially your jewelry thing.
Oh,
you fill
God.
your 2 pockets, you're set.
Exactly. It's funny because that's going to be people's main go-to to drive down to LA nowadays. Like when you were a kid, what was the scariest thing about getting arrested for you?
Going to prison. prison.
How did you think you were going to get arrested? Did you do anything crazy?
I never did nothing.
Nothing.
I was grounded for so long because of bad grades. I never got into any trouble. I was at home trying to get out of doing homework.
You were an only child, or no, you had a sister?
Younger sister.
Yeah. See, my older brother was always into shit, and then my oldest brother was always into shit. So we got away with everything. Everything. I should have been in jail as a teenager. I should have been in jail as a young adult. Then I joined the military. I shaped up to the idea of, the Army Corps values and blah, blah, blah. And it became my mantra for years. So it helped me run a business. It helped me deal with people. The silver tongue aspect we've talked about. But man, the idea of breaking into a train when I was a kid, my dad always used to tell me how he would put pennies on the train tracks and watch them shoot off. It'd flatten it like a hydraulic press and then go pew. So you would hear it. You'd duck down behind some brick, some concrete. Mm-hmm. But from that story, I found out that trains were super dangerous to him. Very dangerous. So don't fuck with trains. Wild West movies, you'd see people try and jump off and do their crazy shit. Don't fuck with trains. Wild West, the show. Don't fuck with trains or spiders. I can't believe people are robbing goddamn trains.
It's Wild West shit.
So we've had packages go missing. We've had packages in transit be interrupted. I wonder how many of those have hit the hub down in the Union Pacific or UP's rail tracks and are actually sitting there. It makes me want to drive down there and see if we can pick anything up. Oh, $2,000 worth of the back glass and the parts and, mobile centrics and injured gadgets and all that shit. All those things could be there. People wouldn't grab them. They don't know how to use them. Mm-mm. We have a different mindset of things that are valuable than some of the people who are going to be like, oh, there's PlayStations, there's Louis Vuitton, there's ammunition, there's X, Y, and Z you could steal. And we're like, oh, cool, a spatula.
Well, there's stuff like that too, and then there's I bet super ultra premium pottery clay.
Yeah, exactly. Little shit, or the bath bomb molds, or the soap scrub, or citric acid is so damn expensive to make bath bombs.
Just freaking chemicals and stuff.
The
non-COVID medicine
raw
stuff
materials
that they're throwing down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then they had in the video I had seen the problem with what was it? The tests nowadays. So did you see the tests? Let me see if I can find this. Now this is from. Why is it doing that? January 4th. That's where I also think there's a falsity. This is our second January living with COVID-19.
Because it was
2020
March.
didn't count. 2020's January did not count. It was a rumor. My son was born in February. We were in the hospital, no masks, running around. It was a rumor, like, oh, there's a stir in China. It was a rumor. It wasn't everywhere yet. The government hadn't made a declaration of war against this thing. So when I saw this last night, I was like, what? What do you mean? This isn't you're trying to now tell people that we've been under the scope for so long. I know it breeds a bigger story, but I think false reporting is it's a pandemic of its own, where people are saying, hey, we've been at this 3.5 years now. We've been at this 4 or 5 years now. Don't mix the dates. You're going to tell somebody who has no clue, that's new to this, that's not understanding that, hey, this has been a forever thing. When it already feels like forever, don't try and brainwash people that's forever. Somebody loves this show and thinks everything they say is true. It's just the way that media is. Somebody loves Fox, somebody loves CNN. That's their go-to show. They trust it. Mm-hmm. Then you get stuff like this where they mix up the smallest dates, but they say it so many times it's believable. So then...
So right now the focus recommending at-home testing, but there are problems. As people know by now, it's very hard to find.
So it says diagnostic ability cannot easily diagnose or distinguish Delta versus Omicron. Now, from our experience when we had COVID earlier this month, absolutely. How many negative and positive tests did you get?
I had 2 negatives.
Yeah, I had 3 negatives and 2 positives. But my PCI test, or what is it? PCR test? Positive. So,
They're expensive. Diagnostic is also problematic. Right now, it's very difficult. It's rat between Delta and Omicron, even in a hospital setting, PCRs, that's a difficult task. And tracking those, remember, we all do rapid tests. If we get a positive departments of health, and when we're tracking analytic, have it accurate, those numbers, those as headlines, really are meaningless. So unfortunately, I give the letter grade of a C plus as how we're made progress a whole lot better.
so they're saying that essentially, testing is a problem. The only reason I bring this up is because now my in-laws in Oklahoma think they have COVID. At-home testing, they don't do doctors, they don't do hospitals. So what do? They had free at-home tests. Do that. It's non-invasive. You swab yourself, great. All of it says negative. And we're trying to tell them, hey, this is not 100% science. Don't do it. And they already distrust the government. So then I've got associates like Rick and Linda. Hey, this is not 100% science. I personally have had 60% of my tests or more show me negative when I know I was COVID positive. Do not trust those tests, especially the variant, whatever variant you have, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
And that was hell for us for a good week. We were bouncing who was off work, who wasn't off work. And it was only, 10 days? But it was, all right, who's been exposed? Who did this? Who did that? We shut down 90% of the operations that we could. And then we struggled through it. But then in-laws and family members, I think your roommates got COVID. It was hell. So to have all, and we were still trying to build this. That's why there's been delays. There's been everything under the sun problems with. But man, I can't believe the amount of misinformation that is out there right now with this. So that's my point on it. I just thought it was a nifty little, that's Good Morning America. They're supposed to be Good Morning America.
Happy.
Yeah, happy.
At least
And
here's your news.
yeah, but it's.
Here's your sadness.
Could you imagine if somebody says, well, the schools are teaching critical race theory and they're not, and people are fighting against it. I don't see the big deal. It's teaching everyone all the things that have happened in every generation. In my opinion, if they start teaching these things with the wrong dates, because so many people tell you the wrong thing, what becomes fact and fiction?
You can't tell if you're told the wrong thing. That's fact to you.
Yeah, because so if I told you I've been in business 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
10 years I've been in business. It's an exaggeration. 2014, so that's been 7-8 years. If you start saying 10 years, nobody's going to question that until there's a problem with taxes or paperwork or something of the need to check the facts.
Unless there's a monetary or power game, some sort of something can get a leg up on you by he hasn't been doing this for that long.
Exactly.
Unless
So-
there's something to gain. Nope. Yeah, go on, 10 years. And nice.
Yeah, just what's the point? Why not just get it right? If you're a reporter or you're the media, just get it right. It's 2 clips. Somebody is typing that teleprompter out. Somebody else is doing your fact checking. You are a shell reading. It's not your opinion. It's not you writing your teleprompter. Somebody is checking, dotting your T's, crossing your I's, all that stuff. I know it's backwards. But still, that's what bothers me. Why can you say that it's 3+ years that we've had this in January when it has not?
There has been 3 years in which there has been COVID, but the 3 Januaries is the weird.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. I've seen numerous reportings where it's like we're now in our 4th year of this pandemic. 2019, 2020, 21. Sure,
I mean, if you count the entire world from when it started.
I understand that, but was anyone affected in 2019 besides the people who caught it? Not one government shut down. Not one government freaked out about it. Not one border was shut down. Nothing.
Didn't exist.
It didn't exist. It wasn't a problem
It
like it
existed,
is now.
but the issue that it presented to force everyone's hand, which it didn't happen for so long.
When we had COVID, I had so many customers that were pissed off that we couldn't do like at home. Like, sorry, we're not doing home visits, and we had angry customers. We had people that were pissed off about the short service, so to speak. You know, hey, we're going to be 10 days out on something. We're going to be 15 days out on this. We had, what was the lady with we just talked about? What was the lady with the hard drive data recovery?
Flip phone? Because
Oh, no,
hard
that's
drive
one
was
that-
waiting on pickup.
Oh no, that's a whole different story. My man Erik here has been being a data catalog for a flip phone on an old Samsung flip phone that will not connect to data. So he has to manually type in every single letter and digit on this phone. Now, and I'm not telling you it's one line, 500 contacts.
Every contact has, so it's 40% name, number, the end. The other 60% name, number, email, address, backup number, catalog code.
This customer had everything
Very detailed.
very detailed, and what was it? Water damaged his device. I restored the device, and now you are data input, which is
Data
crazy.
entering.
Yeah, data entry.
Why don't we get on Fiverr and have some dude
We
do it
could
for us?
actually, but you can't send them the data. You could send them
It's
pictures.
a data breach.
No, it's not a data breach because if you contract them under the same
Limitations
and responsibilities, you have them sign the same waiver. You could have somebody in Pakistan do it for $1.70 an hour.
And it'd be done today.
Exactly.
10 hours. Done.
Yeah, because we've already taken the payment for it, which I'm grateful we actually got him to agree to. But it's taken so much longer. And how far are you into it?
I think I'm approaching 60%.
60%, probably 2,000 contacts manually. I'm going to do this.
It's killing me.
This man is a beast. He's a beast.
I can do an hour of it a day and maintain my sanity. I can do 2 or 3, but I start getting crazy. Anyone who does data entry, you know. If you know, you know.
It's funny because then you get the crazy customers. Like, what was what's our week of crazy customers this last week?
We have stolen gift card guy. We have
Oh,
hard
tell me
drive
about
lady.
that. Let's tell the customers about that.
So we had a gentleman came in, had a gift card, valued customer, just general prepaid Visa, whatever. Wanted to buy our absolute cheapest phone we had. Ended up being an iPhone 7 for $130, $140.
Yeah, $120.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a valued
with
customer.
tax and fees.
Yeah, it was $137.
The gift card says valued customer.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's-
Safe Credit
it's-
Union.
Yeah, Safe Credit Union. It's a customer card holder or valued customer, depending on if you have one of their regular accounts, or they call it a capital club if you banked forever or have a bunch of money. So he bought the phone, came back 2 days later.
The next day.
The next day, my phone ain't working. You need to give me my money back. I'll take cash.
Oh, he kept referencing, what was it, Ty, as, where's the gay guy? Where's the gay guy that sold me this phone? Yeah, the fruity looking guy. Black guy. I'm like, there's nobody here that's of that orientation. I can't really discern that.
Also doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, and he just got pissed off, and I'm like, you could be meaning a lot of people here. There's a lot of, happy people, things like that. I think we're all a little gay. What can I do for you? I'm dealing with.
Sexuality is a spectrum,
Yeah.
sir. We don't apply those
I was
labels
like,
here.
I'm dealing with 4 or 5 people in the lobby at the time, and I'm like, okay, what can I do for you? And he's like, yeah, just give me my money back, cash. I'm like, don't do that. All sales are final. That's why you toy around with the phone, do what you want, but we do offer a 90-day guarantee. If something's wrong, we'll fix it. He's like, nah, just upgrade me to this phone for free.
Yeah, he wanted us to give him the 11 Pro Max, a
$450 difference.
Yeah, $450 difference. And so we told him it was $450 difference. He paid $120, and he's like, did some little counting, little things, and he's like, oh, it's a $200 difference, right? And we're like, no, that's the $450 difference. You want to you got a problem with it, it's in warranty, we'll swap your battery for free, or we'll give you full credit, no, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will give you full credit, no restocking. We'll fix that phone ourselves, deal with it, whatever. You can afford whatever. Just pay the difference.
And he just left. He walked out, left the phone on the counter.
Yeah.
And that's where I gave it to you, and I was like, yeah, just
Yeah,
check the battery. It's probably a battery issue.
It dropped to 84%, likely
Yeah.
the issue.
Yeah.
Popped a new one in.
So popped a new one in. I think he came back. He just picked it up, right?
He's picked it up and he was like, finally.
So 2 weeks later, now mind you, we just got done with an overhaul. Have this new, lovely studio right next door. We've cut some holes in the walls, etc. But the best part was 2 weeks later. I know the time frame. All of a sudden, we get a call from somebody saying my credit card was stolen. My daughter's credit card, gift card, whatever, was stolen. And funny enough, it ties to that purchase. So we had a different invoice that Erik had pulled up for an Alex. That's the only info I'm going to give for an iPhone 7 of that day for the same amount. We're like, it could be this customer. That's the only person, But since the gentleman had come back the next day, it changed the date of the purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So we, warranty check pulled that purchase to the next day. So that's where it threw it off. So we gave the information after he got a police report. I'm like, you got to have a police report. He understood liability. I'm like, you got to understand liability. He tried to say, oh, I'm a Christian man. I'm a pastor, everything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm like, well, you kind of have to do something.
It's the what if, it's not who
Yeah,
you are.
besides, you're trying to get information that we're not 100% about. Here's the only one, because we don't have cameras since the revamp. We just revamped all of our cameras. So we only have 5 days of storage. Wait, not 8 terabyte hard drive that'll give us the storage that you're looking for.
Yeah.
But now we give him the wrong person. So he goes to this kid's house, talks to him and his parents, freaks him out. And he's like, no. So now, again, for that liability purpose, we have to relook into it. And we find out it is the guy with the iPhone 7, which turns out to be this guy's future son-in-law, who's in jail.
This is for
Currently.
a violent offense.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't think that his daughter, who's apparently this upstanding citizen who makes $70K a year and is a businesswoman and knows what she's doing, all of a sudden is dating some Rat Pack type, like he's on the streets, gold grill, you don't know who he's messing with, dog. I don't really know. I don't even know his name. But now I do. Now I know his ex-reference number, for those of you who understand that. That's his prison identifier number.
Mm-hmm.
So his charges are vast. So what did we do? What was our recourse? Because now we know that we have a chargeback.
Because they blocked the phone.
Yeah, we just blacklisted the phone. Now, we haven't told the pastor yet we've blacklisted the phone because we know that he has charged it out. So he filed the chargeback with Safe Credit Union, so we should receive that in the next couple of weeks. The problem being, if we get that chargeback, we still have to fight it because we are out of phone. And if it is the son-in-law or the future son-in-law, whatever, that means the daughter gave permission to use that card. The other thing was he had mentioned the daughter didn't want him getting involved in finding out who stole the card. It's a $500 gift card. The daughter's asking for another one. So that's why he's investigating. Mm-hmm. The crazy part is that she didn't want him to look into it and oh, no, if it's one of my friends, it's fine. I don't care. Just let it go. Get me a new one, Dad. What?
$1,000 now.
Yeah, you're going to be $1,000 in the hole when your ass needs a beating. Like a good old-fashioned ass spanking. Bad. I got a 5-year-old daughter at home. In 15 years, she turns out anything like this. Okay, I'm telling you right now, this ain't happening. The people you surround yourself with is a big aspect. So I don't know how this prominent pastor's daughter has turned into some trying to give out gift cards and money to her friends.
She's trying to fix him?
I don't know. She's trying to fix her man, be better, whatever. But it sounds like from all the charges, he was just running around making quick money. So he probably stole the gift card from her. But apparently there's a lot of stories he was giving me yesterday about what he has done with her and what's been done to her. It sounds like brainwashing. He's lucky she's the way she is currently. So we'll update people as the story goes by, and looks like it's time to open up the store. Seeing a lot more of us coming soon. So hit that bell, that notifications. Why don't you subscribe? Leave a comment if you want. Let us know what we should fill the space with. We got some. I'll probably put some whiskey on the wall. That way, when we do some late night streams, we can have that handled. We still got to install some of the soundproofing. Apologies for any of the extras, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll do some reactions. We'll do some live streams, and we'll have some fun with it.
Gonna have
Come along for the journey.
a lot of cool stuff.
It'll be interesting.